Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday's karaoke. I am your host, Carrie Nelson from Boulder Crest, Virginia. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, this is a 20 to 30 minute-ish yoga flow just to get your body moving during that midday when we kind of hit that slump. So really quick, when you're practicing yoga, just make sure you're honoring your body, know the difference between any pain, discomfort, and what a good stretch feels like. If you're breathing and moving with your body, you're doing yoga. So don't worry so much about if you're looking the way I do, don't worry about the perfect pose, just worry about your breath and focus on that. So come to your mat in a nice, comfortable seated position, and we'll begin with some breath work. So just sitting up nice and tall on your mat, we'll just take a couple of moments to connect with our breath. Connecting with our breath allows us to bring ourselves into the present moment, into the here and now. Sit up nice and tall. Start to just feel your sitting bones pressing into the earth. Feel that support, grounding down through the earth. Sitting up nice and tall, spine is long and belly is in. If it feels comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes or just keep your eyes downcast. And just start to cultivate that yogi breath in and out of the nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Bringing all of our attention to the breath, to this time on our mat today. Releasing all other thoughts, all other tasks and to-dos, and just allowing yourself this time to simply be. Inhale, exhale. Feel the rise and the fall as you focus on your breath, drawing your attention to that diaphragm as you breathe in and out. Feel your body fill up with the breath, with prana, and feel it release as you exhale. Just focus your attention on your breath. Just take a couple more breaths here in and out through the nose. Again, bringing all of your focus to your time on your mat, letting go of everything else. Think of what you want to get out of your mat today. Whether your intention is just coming from a place of physical movement, maybe it's just allowing this time for self-care. Maybe it's just time to allow yourself to just breathe and simply be yourself for the next 20 minutes. Before we begin, we'll take one deep breath in through the mouth, and then we'll sigh everything out through the mouth. So breathe in through the nose, release through the mouth. And this way, we're just kind of inhaling all of our positive vibes, all of the good things that we want to get out of our mat. And then we're just exhaling everything else, releasing all of our negative thoughts, all of our emails, phone calls, just releasing all of that for the next 20 minutes. Inhale deeply. And sigh it all out through the mouth. Slowly begin to open your eyes, bringing your focus and attention back to the room, back to the light. We will begin our practice today standing at the top of your mat in mountain pose. So grounding through our feet and our toes, standing nice and tall, Spine is long, arms by our side, palms face out. Again, just breathing here, feeling the earth beneath us, cultivating that yogi breath, bringing ourselves to the here and now. Inhale, arms rise, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, arms to shoulder length. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, shoulder length so your arms are to a T. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. We're just going to do a nice side stretch. Inhale, the right arm. Left arm rests on that left thigh, and you're gazing up at the right hand. Again, if you have any neck issues, you can keep your gaze forward. Just find a nice stretch in your side here, making sure you're not slumping into the left hand, but you're gently pressing onto the left thigh, getting deeper as you exhale into that side stretch. Gazing up. 2 more breaths. Last one. Exhale, release the right hand to the right side. Inhale, left arm up. Again, just finding a nice stretch in the left side body. Finding a little stability with our right hand on our right thigh. Gazing up at a left hand or gaze forward. Sending the breath, finding length in the side of the left body. And as you exhale, getting a little deeper into the side stretch. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, take your arms out to a T. Heel toe your feet as far wide as your gait will take you. Just coming into a nice star pose. So it might be better to be sideways on your mat at this point. And then we're just going to twist here, taking your right hand to your left ankle. Gazing up either at the left hand or gazing down at the left foot, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just finding a nice twist. Keeping those legs nice and straight, finding length in the back of the calves and the legs here. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more breaths. Last breath. As you inhale, come back up to that star pose. Arms are out to a T. Exhale, left hand to the right ankle. Gazing up at the right hand. Or down at the right foot, your choice. If your hand doesn't reach your ankle, maybe it only comes to your knee, maybe it only comes to your shin, that's okay. As long as you're breathing, you're finding length and keeping those legs nice and straight. 2 more breaths. Last one here. Inhale, come back up to a T. Bring your hands onto your hips, and we're just going to circle out from hinging over our hips a little bit. So bend forward, and then just circle to the right all the way around, over to the left, and then to the right, and back up to the left. Let's switch sides. Circle left, back up, over to the right. Circling those hips, hinging over. Last one here. Good. Come back to mountain pose. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, come into that first forward fold. I'm going to turn to my side. So again, keep a nice bend in the knees if the hamstrings are tight. And just sway back and forth over the hips. You can let your arms hang low and loose or clasp opposite hands with opposite elbows, head down. Trying to reach the forehead to the shins. Stretching the spine and the lower back and the backs of the legs. Two more breaths here. Just feeling a nice stretch in those hamstrings. Last breath. As you inhale, place those fingertips on the shins. Halfway lift, gaze is forward. As you exhale, go ahead and plant the hands, step into your first downward facing dog. Trying to reach those heels as close to the mat as possible. Bend each knee. Press each heel. Spread your fingers. Pressing the chest, keeping that navel in. Rising up on the tiptoes and then lower, pressing those heels into the earth. Rising up onto the tiptoes. Heels drowning into the earth. Tiptoes. Driving through the heels. Two more breaths here. Keep that navel to the spine. Down dog is an active pose in yoga. So at any time during your practice, you can come to this pose, reconnect with your breath. Take a moment, but you're still actively engaging muscles in this pose. One more breath. Go ahead and drop to your knees, coming into tabletop. Let's warm up our spine some more, coming into cats and cows. Inhale, arching the back, gazing at the ceiling. Cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, gaze at our belly button. Cat pose. Inhale, arching, gazing up. Cow pose. Exhale, rounding the back, cat pose. Do that 5 more times using your own breath, really rounding and arching the back as you go through the motions. Warming up your spine. Finding mobility in our joints. Bringing a little warmth to our body as we practice. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. When you're finished, come to a nice flat back. We're going to work a little bit on our core. You're going to extend your left arm out as you inhale. Extend the right leg back. So we're finding length, keeping that right foot flexed as if you're pressing on the back of that wall. You can stay right here, finding stability, using your core to find balance. Inhale, finding length through those fingertips and through the toes. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. 5 more times using your own breath. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, elbow to knee. It's okay if you shake a little. Just engage those core muscles to find your balance. This is the last one for me. So place your left hand down, right knee down. Switch sides. Inhale, right arm out, left leg back. Foot is flexed. Find length through the fingertips. Find length through that left leg. As you inhale and as you exhale, maybe find that movement, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. You know the drill. 5 more times using your own breath. Maybe reaching that leg a little bit higher. Working that booty a little more. Just moving with your breath. Finding movement in the body. And as you finish, right hand and left knee back down. Take your knees as far wide as your mat, toes together, sink into a child's pose. So hips are going to rest back onto those heels, arms extend out, forehead down. Maybe rock back and forth between those hips, opening up the hips a little bit more, stretching them out. Maybe come up onto the fingertips of your fingers, keeping those fingers engaged and active in the pose. 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, come back up to that tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog again. One more breath. On our next inhale, we're just going to shift forward, coming into plank pose. So you should be able to easily shift from plank to down dog. That's how you know you're in the correct position. So as you inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Okay? Adjust as you need to. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Do that 3 more times. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. 2 more times. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Last time. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to inhale that right leg to rise. Bend the knee, open the hip, and kind of twist. Turning your head out. Maybe circling out the hip by moving the knee. Coming into a 3-legged dog here. Switch directions of your circle. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, place it down. Switch sides. Inhale, that left leg to rise. Bend the knee, open the hip, turn and face out. Circle the hip using the knee to open it up a little bit more. Turn the other direction. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, drop it down to the mat. Down dog. One more breath here. Again, we're going to shift forward into that plank pose. So as you inhale, come into plank. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Engage the core. Keep that belly button to the spine. Keep your body in one straight line. Try not to slump. If you need to modify, drop to the knees. 4 more breaths. Shoulders are directly over the wrists. Your feet can be together or apart. 3 more. We got this. Last 2 breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, shift forward. Keep those elbows into the body, lower down to your belly. Extend the legs. Keep the fingers at the rib cage. Inhale, come into a Cobra Pose. So either baby cobra or cobra, whatever feels good for you. Stretch your neck, turn to the right. Then turn to the left, back to the right, back to the left. Exhale, come on down to the mat, to your left cheek. Inhale, come in to your back bend, baby cobra or cobra. Maybe a modified up dog. Exhale to the right cheek. Inhale, come back into that back bend of your choice. Exhale, come down to the chin. Take one inhale here. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog again. Yay, a lot of down dogs. You're going to inhale your right leg up. Stretch it toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring it under. Swing it to meet the hands. You're going to turn on that left foot to a 45, 60-degree angle. When you have stability and strength, inhale, arms rise, warrior one. So as you're finding alignment in your warrior one, keep your arms in line with your ears. Fingertips engaged. Keep your shin perpendicular to the mat. As you practice more, you want to focus on keeping your thigh parallel to the mat. For beginners, just work on keeping that shin perpendicular. Make sure your knee is aiming towards that fourth toe on your foot, and the knee is not turning in towards the big toe. You'll get big bad knee issues. If your shoulders hurt, drop your elbows, turn your pinky fingers in, cactus arms. 3 more breaths here. I'm going to switch sides really quick. 2 more breaths here in warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Last breath, strong like warriors. Inhale. As you exhale, open the arms, coming into warrior two. So your hips should be squared. That right hip is right over the right thigh. Arms are open, keeping them nice and strong and parallel with the shoulders. They should be in a line with the shoulders. Gazing over your right middle finger. Again, right knee is right over the right ankle. Focus on alignment. Making sure that knee isn't turning in towards the big toe. Feeling our legs and feet ground into the earth for support. Keeping our arms strong like a warrior. 2 more breaths here. Last breath. As you inhale, bring that right elbow to the right thigh. Left arm comes out and up. Extended side angle. So you can, again, gaze up at the left hand if that feels good. Maybe your neck hurts. Gaze down at your right foot. You can stay just like this, an extended side angle. You can drop down onto your right hand, gazing up. We're here for 2 more breaths. Use a block if you need to. Last one. And go ahead and bring your hands to either side of that foot. Coming up onto the left leg, swinging the right leg back, coming back into our plank pose. Let's do some shoulder taps here. Engage the core, belly to spine. Tap left, tap right. So you're just taking opposite hands to opposite shoulders, finding strength and stability in our core. Everything we do requires a strong core. 5 more times. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Again, modify, drop to your knees. You got it. Last tap. Perfect. Inhale, shift forward. Tuck the elbows in, lower down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Stretch the neck, look left and right. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. If you've lost your breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Come back to the breath. Inhale that left leg to rise. Exhale, bring it through to meet the hands. Turn on the right foot to a 45, 60-degree angle. When you're ready, you feel strong as your feet press into the earth. Inhale, arms rise. I'm going to switch sides. We're here in Warrior One. Again, focus on alignment. Your hips should be squared towards the front of your mat. The shin perpendicular to the mat. Knee directly over the ankle, making sure our knee isn't turning in. Arms are up, finding length through the fingertips. Exhaling deeper into the pose, giving those legs strength in our warrior. 2 more breaths here, yogis. Last breath. And inhale here. Exhale, open the arms, Warrior Two. Just turning onto that back foot to a 90-degree angle. Again, knee is directly over the ankle. Gazing over our left fingertip. Our arms are strong. Our chest is open. And we are sinking deeper into the pose, deeper into that left knee as we exhale. Inhale, finding length through the fingertips. Exhale, sinking deeper if we can. 2 more breaths. Feeling nice and strong like a warrior. 1 more breath. Inhale, place the left elbow on the left knee. Right arm rises up. Extended side angle. Our feet are exactly in the same spot. Again, you choose where your gaze is, either down at your left foot or at your right hand. You can drop that left hand down to the mat, keeping that knee bent, opening up to a deeper side angle pose, or staying right on your elbow. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale, bring the arms down to either side of the foot. Come spin onto that right leg. Left leg shifts back. We're back to plank. Yay. So here, I just want you to tap your feet out. So starting with the right, take the right foot to the far edge of the mat, then the left, and then bring the left and the right back together. So you're just switching sides here. So tap the right out, tap the left. So you're in a kind of a wide leg plank. Bring the left back in, bring the right back in. Okay, do that 5 more times. So you're walking out to a wide leg plank, left foot back in, right foot back in. Right foot out, left foot out. Left foot in, right foot in. 3 more times. Right foot out, left foot out. Left foot in, right foot in. 2 more times. If you need to drop to your knees, take a breath, do so. Right foot out, left foot out. Left foot in, right foot in. Last time. Right foot out, left foot out. Left foot in, right foot in. Drop to your knees. Sink back onto your heels, child's pose. Take a nice rest. Stretch the shoulders out a little bit. Come up onto the fingertips, forehead down. You should be feeling good, a nice midday flow. One more breath here. As you inhale, come up to a nice hero pose, sitting onto your heels. As you inhale, arms come out to a T. Exhale, clasp them together behind your back, pressing your heart forward. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, or just keeping your gaze forward, whatever feels comfortable. So just opening the chest, stretching out those shoulders a bit here. One more breath. Exhale, release the hands. Drop onto your right hip. Keep the knees bent. Soles of the feet are pressed into the mat. We're going to come into boat pose, more core work. Yay! So keep a modified boat pose here. So bend your knees, keep your shins parallel with the floor. Keep your spine nice and long. You can hold the backs of your knees with your hands if you need to, completely fine. Or as you inhale, you can extend your arms out, engaging the core here. Modified boat. Maybe you tap your feet down, right tap, left tap, right tap, left tap. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you need to find the backs of your knees again. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. Engage the core. Find a smile on your face. Last 2. Last breath. And then slowly roll down to a nice flat back. Hopefully you can still see me. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Arms overhead, point and flex the toes. As we come to our final poses of our 20-minute midday flow. Inhale, bring the knees back up. Soles as close to your sitting bones as possible. Feet are hip width distance apart. Arms are by your side and your palms are pressing into the mat. Inhale, pressing into the mat. Exhale, lifting up those hip bones, bridge pose. Pressing into our shoulders and the back of the head. Keeping our neck and our spine in a line. Engaging the quads. Pretend that that invisible block is being held by your thighs. Maybe you want to add some movement here. Exhale. Inhale, bring your hips down. Exhale, rise them up. Inhale, down to the mat. Let them hover. Exhale, reach them back up. If you don't want dynamic movement, just stay static in your bridge pose. Completely up to you. 3 more breaths. Reaching those hips high up to the ceiling. Engaging those glute muscles. 2 more breaths. Last one. And as you exhale, slowly bringing your back and your butt to the mat. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Knees come together and just windshield wiper those legs, releasing the tension in the spine. Release. Inhale, bring the knees to your chest. Rock back and forth. Bring the soles of the feet together like a butterfly. Release them down to the mat. Again, heels as close to those sitting bones as possible. If that doesn't feel good, just push them farther away. Tuck your shoulder blades. One hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Letting our breath slow down, our heart rate starts to decrease. Letting our bodies start to melt into that mat after our practice. Allowing our chest and our heart to open so oxygen can flow throughout our organs. One more breath here in Supta Baddha Konasana. As always, I invite you to come into a short Shavasana for at least 1 minute. Extend your legs out. Let your feet splay open. Arms come down to your side. Tuck the shoulder blades, palms face up. Shavasana allows your body to relax and rejuvenate. It is super important. So please take a moment to honor your body after your practice. Just allowing yourself to rest, allowing your breath to come normally in and out through the nose, allowing your body to feel loose, and just allowing yourself to simply be you, Shavasana. Please take the time that you need in Shavasana. If you don't have the time, roll onto your right side. Press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Maybe try coming into a half lotus, bringing one of your feet to the crevice of the inside of that thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thank you for your practice, for your time. Thank you for taking the time for yourself. I am grateful for you showing up today on your mat and doing what you need to do, breathing and moving with your body. In deepest gratitude, namaste. Awesome. Thank you so much, yogis. I know I definitely needed that today to relieve a little bit of stress and anxiety. I appreciate you flowing with me, and hopefully we will see you again on Thursday.